We, the citizens of the US, a democratic political system, are not familiar with the term dictatorship. Let me tell you the reason that we have never experienced dictatorship in our history. What is a dictatorship and why dictators are disliked by the people everywhere in the world? Government by a dictator. A country governed by a dictator is a country where there is absolute authority in the hands of one person, the ruler. Dictatorships are also known as dictatorship is also known as absolute rule, undemocratic rule, despotism, oppressed society, or repression. The notorious dictators of modern time history were Mussolini and Hitler. They reached to their end by the end of World War II. Unfortunately, dictatorships did not end with them, and it has survived and spread in many parts of the world, mainly Middle East and Africa. One of such countries under the control of dictators has been Libya, an oil-rich state. The notorious dictator Ghadaffi had ruled Libya for approximately 42 years. You must be thinking that why did the people of Libya and the world hated him, and how the world media is marking his death as the end of a dictatorship. To answer the first question, I make reference to comments made by Uttam Sen in his article on Ghadaffi. The Libyan leader had undoubted flaws, including excess of tyranny and venality to his name, that were relentlessly flogged by a probing international media. Who was Ghadaffi and how did he become a dictator? Despite the fact that he started his political career as a revolutionary leader after overthrowing the old monarchy. According to Tara Kelly of the Huffington Post, Ghadaffi was born in June 1942 in a tent near Sirte. Before joining the military, Ghadaffi studied at the University of Libya. He assumed the leadership of Libya in 1969 and overthrowing King Idris I with a group of Revolutionary Army officers. In his early days of rule, his views were largely influenced by Pan-Arabism. Opposed to US interests, Ghadaffi won little support from Washington and the West. In 1972, he encouraged the Arab world to fight against the West. In short, he was the ruler of an oil-rich state. The people of Libya had been aware of the wealth of oil and rich natural resources, but they became the period of time that despite tremendous oil and wealth, they had been deprived of freedom of expression, speech, and sense of dignity. That had happened to them due to a long tyrannous dictatorship by one man. They started longing for a change. The word change always plays a key role in the end of dictator, and that is what has happened in Libya too. The second question I have raised is that how has the world media labeled the death of Ghadaffi as an expression of people's anger to the end of dictatorship. According to Uttam Sen again, the manner of Muammar al-Ghaddafi's removal was chilling. The faces of his young killers on video recordings mirror total disdain for their helpless quarry, whose misery was to eventually end with a bullet to the head, according to the perpetrated autopsy report. Time stood still for the products of this terrain, who have witnessed inequity and retribution in the past, in a tradition that took no prisoners. They could well have been some of Ghaddafi's own victims. The thought that they were lumpen hirelings in an Arab plot was almost too terrible to consider. Ghaddafi has ruled for almost 6 decades and has been a dictator for almost 60 years. And I want to conclude my talk by going back to the title Muammar Ghadaffi, the end of dictatorship. The topic itself explains that dictatorship system of government revolves around ideas. wishes and ambitions of one's personality, who is the sole decision maker. Once that single person dies, there ends the system of dictatorship with him too, because the dictator never builds institutions, he only strengthens his power and will. That is what has happened in Libya just recently. Has Libya got rid of dictatorship forever? That is a big question mark in front of the world today. Thank you.